been a minute. It's been a real long minute and I don't like this look at all. But you know what? It's fine. Hey guys, how you doing? I know it's been a long time, but I hope you had a good festive season. Hope you had a good Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever. And I hope you had a good New Year. Mine was kind of a lot, but that I'll talk about in my next video. I'll do a self-care sit down. I'll do one of those and then we'll flesh out completely what's been going on with me. Spoiler, it's not been cute. But I mean, has it been cute for any of us? And I don't even want to jinx it by being like, oh, it's setting the tone for 2021. No, 2021 is going to be, I'm not even going to say it's going to be a good year, but I'm not going to jinx it by saying, oh, it's already starting to a bad start. No, we're not going to be negative Nancy's about it. Because I don't like this look so much, I think I'm going to pop on glasses. Also because my eyesight has not been the best lately, so I'm just going to put on glasses. But let's first check if I like it with it. That's going to be distracting. If I talk like this, it'll make me, no. Okay, I'm just going to have to suffer through, I guess. Okay, if you can, ignore my tan. Again, I'll explain how I got this tan in my next video. All of that aside, let's get this started. I've been wanting to do analysis for the longest time. I know it's been a minute since I've had this set up at all. It's so hot. Oh, it's so hot today. Like everyone's just all just being blows, but I was like, I've been meaning to make this video preferably during Christmas time because of the type of movie I'm talking about, but also because like I need to put out a video if I want to be consistent, you know. Anyway, the point just is that, yeah, the point just is I'm very happy to be back and I'm so excited to be talking about today's movie. So the movie we're going to be talking about today is The Rise of the Guardians. Now, it's still the festive season, is it? Technically still is. I think from like the beginning of December or November up until like beginning of February, it's the festive season, or considered the festive season. At least in my mind it is. Actually, you know what? For me, I think the festive season is whenever you're feeling festive. So, like I said, this is like a Christmassy movie. I think that's what it is attempting to be. But personally, I think it can be more than a Christmas movie because it deals with more than just the festive season tropes and themes. But I think because it's like set in the snow and ice and stuff that people just assume that it's a Christmas movie. But for someone who has, I think, seen snow maybe once in my life, to me this movie is for any time of the year. Anyway, so we're talking about the 2012 animated film Rise of the Guardians. Basically the plot of the movie is that there is this league of guardians chosen by the man in the moon, or the moon. It's basically, I think, the equivalent of like, I don't want to say God, but like, yeah, basically like the head of these guardians. He never talks. He's not an actual thing. It's basically just the moon that shines down on them sometimes. It gives them signs. So these guardians protect children in a variety of ways, and yeah, they're basically just guardians of children. The guardians consist of Santa Claus, who is Santa, the Easter Bunny, who hides Easter eggs on Easter for the children to find, the Tooth Fairy, who collects teeth and replaces them with gifts, and the Sandman, who delivers dreams to children while they sleep. The catalyst of the events of this movie is the return of the boogeyman, or our, what do you call it? Our what? Oh, my brain has literally melted in my skull. It's so hot. And these lights are making me dizzy. Anyway, the villain for this movie, Pitch, as in Pitch Black, I think. So Pitch is this being who is in control of nightmares and like fear in children, and he has returned to enact his revenge on the Guardians. Because of this, the moon has chosen a new guardian, Jack Frost. Now, we are made privy to the fact that Jack was created by the moon centuries ago when he died, and he can control ice and snow, and that is all we know, and that is all he knows about who he is, until he is summoned by the Guardians to become a guardian himself and ultimately protect the children of the world from Pitch, to defeat Pitch and protect the children of the world. So like I said in like a previous movie, and I will say until I die, I love an animated kids movie, especially a good one. Rise of the Guardians is a really good animated kids movie. Is it a kids movie? It's like, yeah, it's like PG-12 or something, so it's a family movie. And I think that's one of the things I like most about movies like these. Like, they're visually appealing enough for kids to sit down and watch the entirety of it, yet the storyline and the plot and the themes are spoon-fed to the audience to the point where it's palatable enough for adults to consume as well. But also, who doesn't have enough of a soul to enjoy a cute, sweet, wholesome, pure movie like this? But from a technical point of view, I also personally think that it's a well-produced movie. I'm not an expert, but I personally think the animation was really well done. The design for each character was really well done. They appeared well thought out and executed. Even little details like the fact, like the fairies, like the feathers on the Tooth Fairy and her fairy. The fact that the Tooth Fairy looked like that, like almost bird-like. Like she wasn't like the conventional, stereotypical idea that we have of the Tooth Fairy. I really like that they went their own way with that and like kind of created their own lore about it, and it made it feel more authentic, the fact that she didn't conform to our idea of a fairy, and yet she was still super pretty and nice to look at and ethereal looking. The tattoos on Zadie Christmas, like the naughty and the nice, sue me, okay? I thought Santa was mighty fine in this movie, even though he was animated. And no, I refuse to unpack what that says about me as a person. So, by the way, since we're on the topic, Jack Frost. Moving on, the action scenes are also really cool. They look realistic, and a lot of Pitch's scenes are genuinely creepy, like, you know, the horses and the black sand that he uses, like real freaky. The dialogue was also pretty good, like I could keep up with what they were saying and what they were talking about, and it wasn't like, you know, cringy or corky or corny, like to the point where like I couldn't listen to it anymore. Like, what they were saying made sense, and the way they spoke made sense, and they were also really well delivered. The characters were voiced by some like really big stars, like Chris Pine, who by the way apparently writes romantic novels or like erotica or something. I don't know. Anyway, I read that somewhere. Hugh Jackman as the Easter Bunny, Isla Fisher as the Tooth Fairy, Alec Baldwin as Santa Claus, and Jude Law as Pitch. Also Pitch, by the way. Maybe it's just because he's voiced by Jude Law. I don't know, man. Boogeyman, boogie me. I need this stuff. But I actually had to Google the cast list. Like, that's how good they were. actually embodied the characters. Like I didn't feel like as soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh, okay, that's Chris Pine. Like I had to Google these characters, the cast list, to see who they were. Even Alec Baldwin gave Santa Claus an accent. I think it was like a Russian or Polish accent, which actually makes sense once you think about it. It goes against this generalized stereotype of Santa, mainly because media is so westernized. But like when you think about it, it actually makes a lot more sense, because like the North Pole isn't in America. If Santa Claus is from the North Pole, why would he have an American accent? It's just things that just make sense. In general, the story, like the plot line and the storyline, makes a lot of sense. Like there weren't any definite plot holes that I picked up on, and none of the characters did anything out of character. Like everything was in correlation with their motivations. Lastly, my window is open because it's so hot and like you can hear everything happening outside, but I will literally be vergassing myself if I close these windows, so I'm sorry if you can hear all of that. Anyway, lastly, the themes are not unlike any other family show, family movie. A wholesome family show or family movie, believing in yourself and your dreams, the importance of teamwork and remembering that which truly matters, friendship and maintaining this childlike wonder and joy in life. And like I always say, these themes are good for children to learn, especially presented in this way, but also there's no harm in adults, having this reinforced in their minds. Nothing wrong with being reminded of these values, and therefore I think it's a wonderful movie to watch at any stage of one's life. In conclusion, I think Rise of the Guardians is a wonderful movie for any age group at any time of the year. I know any hint of Christmas in a movie is like the flavor of a banana in a smoothie. It just takes over the whole thing. But this movie is about more than just the joys and the beauty of Christmas, so it's become one of my favorite comfort films for any day, and I think it could be for you. It's got action, it's got comedy, it's got the cute factor, it's got heart, gets you emotional. Oh my gosh, the part where Jack rescues his sister and then that's how he dies got me sobbing. And also, if you just want a life-affirming, uplifting, good simply defeats evil movie, then Rise of the Guardians is for you. Like, give it a watch. I'm actually surprised that there wasn't a confirmed sequel, or we haven't seen a sequel for this. I mean, it's been like, what, 9 years now? I think if they were gonna make a sequel, they would have made it. But then again, last year and like in kind of recent years, it's been the time for like, reprisals of old school classics, children, especially in the children or family movie genre. So who knows, we might see a sequel to Rise of Guardians. I'd love to see a sequel, because like there was a lot of things that suggested that they would want to make a sequel. The director Peter Ramsey actually said that there's not like, at the time, I'm guessing there was nothing confirmed, but he wouldn't mind coming back. He'd be fully prepared to come back to do a sequel. So petition to get a sequel for Rise of the Guardians, because it's a good movie, like technically, like I said, and also it's just like, it's a nice movie. Who wouldn't want a sequel? And I like the characters enough to want to see more of them. So let me know what you think, and if you liked this video and you would like to see more like it, like this video, subscribe if you'd like, leave a comment. I keep using the word like in my outros. Leave a comment, any kind of comment, because all feedback is good feedback, and I'll see you when I see you, man. I'm gonna go lay in an ice bath now, so, and bye!